Wow, is it hot or what?
What's up guys, my name is Double Z, and in this video I wanted to show you some of my Google SketchUp projects. Today I filmed myself making one of them, and that's what you're seeing right now. Of course, making a complex project like this one takes a long time, so that's why I had to speed up the video. And this is an interesting one. I really like how it turned out, but I'm not gonna spoil it and say what it is. You're just gonna have to see it for yourself at the end of this video. However, in the meantime, while I'm making this super secret project in the background, I wanted to show you some of my other projects I made in the past. First, let's look at some pictures. I took some screenshots of the ones I wanted to show you. So this first one is just a random house. I think I just started building it and kind of went with the flow. There's a lot of windows on the roof, which is kind of weird, and there's this well next to it. At least I think it's a well, not really sure. I made this a really long time ago, so I don't really remember what this is supposed to represent. There's a pool in the back, which is nice. The railing is not bad. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. This one is actually a rough sketch of my house. I made it a long time ago and never really came back to finish it. It turned out pretty good and pretty accurate. I like how I made the doors and the windows. They're pretty much the same in real life. I like the table and the chairs I put outside. But as I said, I never finished this. There's a lot of details I need to make. And the whole backyard, which is maybe even better looking than the house itself. Although I don't think I will ever come back to this project, because if I ever decide to make my house in SketchUp, I'll probably just start over. So these next couple of pictures are going to be parts of a really big project I started some time ago. I was going to make a whole city, and the idea was to use that city as a platform for a game in the future, but I didn't finish it, at least not yet. So the problem I always run into when I start a big project like this in SketchUp, I pay way too much attention to detail. See, in this picture for example, I spent so much time making this fontaine. It took me like a whole day just to make this little part here. So after a while I just stopped working on it because it takes up way too much of my time, and I just get bored of it because that's what I do all day. So yeah, a piece of advice if you're going to start a big project in SketchUp or in general, worry about the big picture first and then work out the details one by one. Anyway, I really like how this little garden turned out. And the house looks amazing. I would definitely live in something like this. I will probably get back to this project and maybe even finish it one day. Who knows? There's a pool in the backyard, the jacuzzi, the loungers to just lay back and relax, the barbecue. I mean, this is a dream house, to be honest. Here you can see again that I pay way too much attention to details. I even made this little thing here on the pool, and I even put the plates here. I'm honestly surprised I didn't make some meat and then put it on the barbecue. The next part of this project is the parking lot, and no, I didn't make those cars and bikes. I just downloaded them from the 3D Warehouse, which is a neat website for those SketchUp components. So yeah, I downloaded the vehicles and put them together. I made the parking lots and this little graffiti here, which is the name of another project I did, not in SketchUp but in Visual Basic. I like how the graffiti turned out. It looks real from this perspective. Next up is the bookshop, which also looks pretty good now that I look at it. I really like that it has a bunch of windows and 2 doors. I especially like this sign here. I remember that I was so excited to make it. And those things on the rooftop are way too big when I look at them now. Not sure if you know what they're supposed to be. I'll make sure to put a picture up so you know what I wanted to make. Yeah, this is just the house next to it. The door looks pretty cool. This one is another complex fontaine that took all day to make. but I really like how it looks now, and I think I saw a similar one somewhere in real life. I think that's where I got the idea from, I'm not sure though. Anyway, next up is the main project I wanted to show you and the title of this video, the Municipal, I think that's how you say it, library in Stuttgart. Check it out. So yeah, I think this is my biggest SketchUp project that I actually finished so far. I really like how it turned out, and I gotta say I'm pretty proud of it since I made almost everything myself. I think the plans and the books are actually the only things I didn't make myself, and I just downloaded them. The inspiration comes from a picture I saw on Facebook. I thought it looked amazing and I just started making it in SketchUp. Of course, I had to make a lot of changes to it. It doesn't look the same as in the picture, but still, I like how I made it. Here's a comparison so you can see how I had to adapt it to SketchUp and kind of add my taste to it. I think it took me about 5 days to finish, but I feel like it was worth it. And by the way, if you're looking at the super secret project in the background, don't worry about it, I'll get to that in a second. There's only a few pictures left, and then I'll get to the not really so much secret anymore project. This symbol, by the way, is in a few places in the library. I'm not sure if you noticed it by now. It's actually an album cover from an artist I really like, so I wanted to include it in the project. I don't know why, I just thought it would be cool. And this pattern of shelves is not like that in the real library, that's just my idea. But anyway, let's switch back to the birdcage project I was making in the background. As you can see, I'm finishing it up and it looks pretty interesting. Of course, the idea isn't mine, I saw a picture online and I thought it was awesome. So here I am making it in SketchUp. It's finally done. By the way, make sure you guys let me know what you think of it, as well as my other projects. And by the way, Asgard is a lost city from the Norse mythology. It looked like this and I found it really interesting, hence the name of the city. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video. It turned out longer than it should be, but it's whatever. Did you like any of these projects? And also, do you like making stuff in SketchUp? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That's it for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Wow, is it hot or what?